Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Maximizing Your Potential Talk Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around the globe. Y'all, it certainly is a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning to get up and, get that cup of coffee, that cup of tea, go outside, get a breath of fresh air, or, just enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy yourself because, today is a beautiful day. No matter what it looks like on the outside, you have to make up in your mind that today is a beautiful day. Like I always tell you, get up in the morning before you get in the presence of other people. You get in the presence of God. You empty yourself out before him. You ask him to fill you for that day. And then you go to that mirror. You look yourself directly in the eyes and frame your day. Just begin affirming yourself. Begin to, uplift yourself. Begin to really see, you know, what and figure out, not see and figure out, but let me put it this way: frame your day. Okay, that's what I want to tell you about. Frame your day. You know, just begin to say positive things about what you expect to happen each and every day. And I'm gonna tell you, it's something that I've been doing for years, and it definitely has made a big difference. You know, the way that I approach my day, you know, and it certainly is something that, you should just take the time out to do. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it's something that, you should get in the habit of doing, and you'll see that it'll make a big difference in your day. Good morning, Lucky. How you doing today? Hope everything is fine with you today. Nice seeing you. You know, and Lucky's been, hanging in here with me. Excuse me. And he knows what I'm talking about framing your day. It's an awesome thing, you know, just to get up and have that mindset that today is going to be a fantastic day. Today is a day that I'm going to win, that I'm going to accomplish my goals. Today is a beautiful day. And don't forget to put yourself in there also. Wake up and say, I'm alive, I'm beautiful, I'm grateful, you know? I'm an achiever. I'm an overcomer. Excuse me. Whatever that might seem like, say those things to yourself. And those are some things that could frame your day. I don't know, y'all. Since I came back from my vacation, I guess maybe it was the elevation that has really triggered, my sinuses. But, you know, I'm hanging in here. I'm hanging in here. So y'all excuse me, from time to time, when I have to clear my throat. So when you get up and ask yourself, what can I accomplish today? How and why? Yeah, and that's so true. How what you can accomplish today, how you're going to accomplish it, and why should you accomplish it? Yeah, these are some of the things, and thank you for that comment. These are some of the things that, we could say to ourselves and really, think about those things. Give those things some thought. You know, we live our lives on purpose, y'all. Everything should be intentional. Everything should be intentional. You know, not just existed, but also, living our lives on purpose. And, I like that statement, that comment, because it'll help us to even have a different outlook on how we start our day. And it's all a part of the strategy and the planning and the different things that, you have heard me talk about on this program. And, That's a good exercise also. Just begin to get up. Begin to, do those little things. And those little things opens up into great things. Great things. So today, let me talk about today. What do we believe? Why do we believe? Put it that way. Why do we believe what we believe? And I want you to think about that. I want you to give that some thought. Why do we believe what we believe? And to overcome falsehoods. There's been a lot of things that we have been told, and we found out later on that it wasn't true at all. It didn't even have a basis to stand on. And I'm going to get into this message because I want to give my throat some rest. I'm going to get into this message, and we're going to talk about why do we believe what we believe? Because believing makes a big difference in our lives. And I want you to understand this or think about this. Ask yourself this question. If you have a problem believing in yourself, believing in your dreams, believing in what you can accomplish, what hinders you from believing in your greatness? Because, some people struggle with that. They go through life stumbling and struggling because something, either consciously or subconsciously, is hindering them from reaching their greatness, from living their truth, from maximizing their potential, from not seeing their value, their worth. And it all goes back to the way you believe. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of times it's not your fault. Because a lot of times things have been planted in your mind as a little child or as a teenager or as an adult. And you have received that thought or those words, whatever it was that you heard. And you have accepted it, okay? You have accepted it. And once you receive it and accept it into your heart, now you're meditating on that. Now you really, trying to reason within yourself. And now that thought has become a part of your belief system. Your belief system. So, overcoming falsehoods. Those things that stop you or hinder you from reaching your greatness. Now remember, the word believe is simply to have confidence in the truth. What is your truth? Are you living your truth? Are you believing in your truth? If not, I'm going to talk about it today. How you could get rid of those things. And I know it's going to take effort. It's going to take action. You can't think it away. You have to make a concentrated effort and just do it. Because it can be eliminated from your life. But you have to come to a decision that allows for no turning back. And it has to be replaced. That falsehood, whatever it may be, that has been plaguing you, has been causing you trauma, has been causing you unrest, has been causing you to not have peace. Those things have to be dealt with. And you have to replace that with something that's of the truth instead of something that's false. A lot of things appear to be the truth. But when you really look and understand, first you have to understand and you have to, dive into it, you'll see that it's not true at all. Not true at all. So why do you believe what you believe? And when I'm speaking about this, also put yourself in there, okay? Why do you believe certain things about yourself? Because someone has chose to say those things. They chose to present you with those things. And you heard it and you just accepted it. Think about that. Why you believe what you believe and how to overcome those falsehoods. I'm going to tell you. It's a great thing to live your truth and to be your authentic self. It's much easier than trying to save face. Because many people, okay, they try to save face by pretending to be someone who they're not. Thinking that portrayal of the person that they are not, trying to putting on that mask is better than them. And that comes from a belief system. What they heard or what they observed, what they saw. And that, comes to challenge you, whether you believe it or not, and hinders people from reaching their greatness. So let's talk about that, okay? The first talking point that I have for you today is tall tales, okay? Why you believe what you believe. Somewhere you heard about some tall tales, okay? And one of them, and y'all, this is my pet peeve. I hate this this comment here. Fake it till you make it. And many of you have heard that. Well, just fake it until you make it, And it tells you everything about being false until you finally make it. But in the interim, when you're doing all these things that are false, just think of how much negativity that you're building on the inside of you. And I know this is depths and details, so I'm trying to be careful here and pull out and paint you a picture and pull out certain aspects of this. Fake it till you make it. Being false. There's nothing true about being fake. Why can't you, instead of faking it till you make it, just live your truth? Just concentrate on how you could get back on course or how you could reach your design pathway, instead of putting all of your effort into faking it till you make it. Till you make what? Till you make a mess out of your life? Till you get so far off course where now you're confused? You have to look at those things in a different light. Don't just take in anything somebody else is saying or somebody else is doing. No matter how popular the saying may be, no matter who's saying it. Okay? Because just because a lot of people say something or are doing something doesn't mean that it's the truth, that it's best for you. Let me go to the comments. Okay. Here's another one. What are my intentions for today and how can I improve the world around me? Yeah, that's great. I missed that when I was in my introduction, but what are my intentions for today? These are some of the things that you could say to yourself as you're framing your day. And how can I improve the world around me? And that's a great statement, taking it, out of yourself. And how can I focus on those who are around me? That's great. This opens your mind up, y'all, to many things that you could say to yourself as you frame your day. Okay? Now, the next one is statements like that when I'm talking about faking it till you make it. It says statements like that take away from character principles and integrity. I shall never fake it. And it's so true. It's so true. It takes away from your character principles and integrity. And it really does. It robs people of that. They just think that because somebody's saying that and, that it's a good thing to say. But we should stop repeating things, because things supposedly just sound good. But what effects are those things really having, like you said, on your character, with your integrity? And it, opens up into people, living a lie, living in deception, living a double life or being undercover. All of those things, you got to mind what you take in. Everything that you hear, everything that you see is not good. Okay? Remember, you and I are not garbage disposal. We're not garbage disposals. We have a life to live. And we should not go through life stumbling. We should not go through life, hiding. We should not go through life, dimming our brilliance. We shouldn't go through life like that. Making excuses or apologizing for who we are. We should never go through life that way. But a lot of things are rooted or deep roots on the inside of us from what we heard in the past, from what somebody told us, what we saw, what we accepted, what we received into our lives. And you see, at the moment that you heard it, at the moment that you received it, accepted it, it's not going to be the same as you're traveling through life, because you receive that seed one way, just like an acorn, okay? An acorn, it's a seed, just like those words are a seed, just like what you see are seeds, and it gets planted inside of your heart, okay? Your heart, your soul, and your soul consists of your mind, your will, your emotions, your image, your imagination. All of those things are a part of your soul. Now, that belief system has come on the inside of you. Now, you remember that acorn, when it goes in the ground, the result of it is a big tree. So just think of those belief systems that's inside of you. Just think of that statement, you got to fake it till you make it. Okay? Now, all of those leaves, those branches, okay, had sprouted out of that tree. And now that those branches have leaves on them. Now, there's different things there. Okay? Now, do you see the magnitude of just those statements that seem like, well, it doesn't mean much, but can you see how broad and how wide that could spread out? Do you see how it could cause, confusion in your mind, confusion in your walk, confusion, in when you're trying to maximize your potential? Now, do you see why you can't take everything in? That, and I'm going to talk about, how you get rid of that nonsense, later on. But those things form a belief system in you. And those things shouldn't be, tall tales. Fake it till you make it. Okay? And just like Lucky said, it affects your character. It affects your integrity. And it's a big deal. And people, they stumble through life because now they have taken on the persona of, okay, it's okay to be, to pretend. It's okay to be, and not saying that they want to be deceptive, that they want to be scammers, that they want to live in a falsehood, but they're thinking that they can fake it till they make it. But put your energy into the right thing, traveling down the right path. There's no shortcuts, okay? There's no shortcuts to greatness. Just be you. Be your authentic self. And you'll see that a lot of things that may be happening in your life as a result of the distortion that you have heard has caused you to live a crippled life, to go through life, being crippled. Let me go to the comments right quick. Okay. I refuse to be disingenuous or shallow for the sake of anything. And that's true. That is so true. Refuse it. You don't have to accept anything. Just because something is before you, you don't have to accept it. When you know it's not right, when you know that it's not good for you. And that goes back to self-esteem and self-confidence issues. Where people just start accepting things just to be somebody, just to belong, just to have a place, just to feel good about themselves. No, y'all, that shouldn't be. Here's another tall tale. You have to crawl before you walk. It may sound cute, and we know. We see babies, and first they're crawling, and then they're walking. But everything shouldn't be said according to a person's progression in life. When they're moving from stage to stage. We know in the sense of a baby first crawling and then walking. But when a person's trying to accomplish goals, a person's trying to, walk down their pathway to success. And it may be you. Don't think that, you got to crawl before you walk. Just start, okay? Just start with your vision. Just start with your dream. And, keep it. A lot of times you talk too much. A lot of times you should keep some things to yourself and just work your plan. I told you about your vision. You write your vision. You make it plain on paper. You keep it before your eyes at all times. Okay? And work it. And work it. Okay? And the more you work it, the more you understand it, the more you can see it, the better it is for you. Connect with the people that you need to connect with according to your purpose. And walk down your design pathway. And I know that's a loaded statement. And I'm trying to, pick things out that will help you with this broadcast. But again, that could go into depth. Another tall tale. I work hard for my money. I'm just over here toiling. Okay? And people, and another one is also with this, and it just came to mind. Oh, I'm grinding. Oh, that might sound so good. And that's the end thing where people are, kids are saying, the younger generations are saying, and maybe that's even passe right now, but I'm just grinding. Why? Why are you going to say that? Because whatever you say out of your mouth, and that's for all of us, whatever we say out of our mouth, guess what? We're going to live it. Because our words are out there. They're energy. They energize things. And our words shall come to pass. So there's certain things that you have to stop saying about yourself. Stop repeating just because you heard it. Just because it may be something popular. Because whatever you speak out of your mouth, you're going to have to act on it. Because it shall come to pass. You have to see this. You have to understand this. Just think of some of the things that you have said. Just think of some of the things that you have thought about. Just think of some of the things that you have meditated on. Okay? And they've come to pass. And it may not have been things that are favorable in your best interest, what you believe. You thought about that. You meditated on it. You spoke about it. You expected it. And it came to pass. Just think if you flip that around to allow things to work for your good. Just think. These things, hinder people from maximizing their potential. Self-awareness and being true to yourself requires courage. That's so true. It requires courage. Have an awesome day. Okay, well, I see you gonna have an awesome day, Lucky. Awesome day. I need to go out there for a walk also, okay? That's a great reminder. I think I'll do that after the program. But, anyway, you have to stop repeating things and stop taking things in, those tall tales. Here's another one. When I'm talking about why do you believe what you believe? Distortion. Okay? I think I made a comment this morning on my Facebook page about, it's time to come out of living that distorted life, in the mind, those beliefs, those distorted beliefs. Okay? Exaggeration comes to the top of the list. Okay? Exaggerate. I had my husband and I, we used to go to this meeting with this couple, and the wife, she, as we were talking, she used to begin telling these stories, just talking and talking and talking. And often our husband would just call her name, and she would stop that rambling off at the mouth because she was exaggerating, taking it to the next level. And he would say, and he called the name and he said, that didn't happen that way. That didn't happen that way. But in her mind, okay, in her mind, that's, what she was saying. She would have these tall tales in her mind. And I used to often tell her, I say, girl, you should write a book. You should write a book. And I'm talking about a book for entertainment, a book. There's different types of books, because she could be a great story writer. But these things that used to come out of her mouth, because she would take things way over in left field, just exaggerate. And, that's a part of distortion. Okay? Why do you believe what you believe? Why? Some things have been exaggerated. And again, here's another one. Slanting the truth to make it fit a behavior. Slanting the truth. And a lot of times people take in things that are not favorable. They've been slanted. They've been exaggerated. And now this has formed a belief system inside of them. And now, like I said, they took it in. It got planted in them as a seed. Now they're going through life, hopping along, stumbling along, confused along the path. Every time they walk forward 2 steps, they take 3 back. Distortion. Lies. Okay, how about this? Lies. And some people just flat out lie to you. And before you really see it as a lie, you just take it in. Remember I told you, you're not a garbage disposal. You just don't take in everything and accept it. Received it, accepted it. Accepted it to be true. And that comes with, a lot of times you see this. People just run off at the mouth. They just don't know what they're talking about. They just run it off at the mouth. I remember my dad used to always say, people that run off at the mouth, they have diarrhea of the mouth, just running off, just saying something just to be saying something. And he just wanted to say, just shut up, be quiet, How many of you know people like that? They're just talking. I know several people like that. Just forever talking. And if you really listen, it's making no sense. And it's here, it's there, it's everywhere. But if you're not careful, you'll take those things in and it will become a part of your belief system. You have to choose, You have to choose. What's more important to you? What's more important to you? Living your truth or stumbling through life, just existing? Your beliefs, okay? What do you believe? Why do you believe it to be true? Your beliefs. Why do you believe those things to be true? You have to look at that, okay? Do you understand it? Can you discern it, okay? Can you see the light? Or are you just repeating what you heard? And there's a lot of times people just repeat what they hear. They don't take time to research anything. They just believe because it's popular and everybody's saying it or everybody's doing it. It must be so. It must be true. And so they just take it in without really looking through it. Getting to why is it true? What makes it true? Is it true for me? Something that may be true for somebody else is not necessarily true for you. We're talking about, what do you believe? Okay? Why do you believe what you believe? Talking about you today. So get your mind off of other people and place it on you. So you can move from this position of just existing to living your life on purpose. Can you see it? Okay? Does it make sense? Some things that people say don't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. And people just, oh, well, so-and-so said it. It's got to be true. Everybody's saying it. It's got to be true. But y'all, it's making no sense. And if y'all could just think back, and especially now, y'all, and over the last 2-3 years, there's been a lot of nonsense that's going on. And it's not what it really is. It's actually a distortion. But you took it in as being the truth. I want that to sink into you right now. I want you to think, and really think about how these things really affect your life and how it hinders you from living your truth, being your authentic self. Just because something's popular, just because everybody's saying it, doesn't mean that it's beneficial for you and it's the truth. Ask yourself when I'm talking about your beliefs and why do you believe it to be true? Does it have any weight attached to it? Okay? Does it have any weight? Does it have a leg to stand on, or is it just flaky? Some things don't have a leg to stand on. They just flaky. And if you look closely, you could see it. You could see it. Remember I told you, a seed, okay, what you hear, what you see, can plant seeds on the inside of you, inside of your heart, okay, which consists of your soul, which is your will, your mind, your emotions, your thinking, your image, your imagination, especially your image, okay? Your image is your true self. Who are you, okay? Your image. You have to find out who you really are and get rid of those old belief systems that come to compromise your truth. Here's the next talking point. Getting rid of nonsense. Okay? I'm a point blank. Recognize foolishness and dismiss it from your thoughts. You have to recognize foolishness, y'all. There's a lot of foolish things that don't have a leg to stand on. They're flaky. They don't make any sense. They're popular. People, everybody's saying it. So you just want to fit in. You want to be with the in crowd. Fake it till you make it. All of those little things that don't make any sense that comes to hinder you. You see how those little foolish things could slip in once you receive it, accept it to be true, and then, it hinders your progress. It hinders, your direction when you're trying to reach your ultimate goal. So get rid of nonsense. Stop meditating on it, okay? Because meditation plants pictures in your mind. And once you see it, you'll have it. Once you see it, you'll arrive there. That's how powerful it is. That's how powerful those seeds that go into your heart and you receive them, you accept it, how they'll, transform your thinking, because your thinking, instead of you coming in alignment with your truth, of being divided within yourself, you're thinking one way, you're speaking another way, you're acting another way, instead of you coming in unity with that, to be your authentic self, instead, you come in unity with foolishness, with nonsense. Think about that. You got to do better. We as a people, we have to do better. Okay? And that's for the human race. This is everybody. No nationality or color in particular. But we all have to do better. Pay attention. Okay? Take time to invest in yourself. Read, study, hire a professional. Okay? But get rid of nonsense. Get rid of nonsense. Things that, has no basis. Don't repeat everything you hear. Many people, I need to do a stat on that and research that, see what the stats are. How many people just repeat things that they hear from off of TV or what their friends saying or what they hear in the news or, what the celebrities are saying, what the news people are saying, and they just repeating it, but they never took time to research to see if it was the truth. And all the time, the truth is staring them right in the face, but they can't see it because they've been blinded by nonsense, foolishness, belief systems. And when you have a certain belief system on the inside of you, it's going to block out. You're going to be blind to the truth. That's why I said, statements like fake it till you make it is not good, because it will blind you to your truth. It will have you thinking that it's okay to live in pretense, to not be your authentic self. And you'll be okay with that. Then you wonder why you're struggling through life. Wondering why you're just existing. Wondering why there's a void in your life. Wondering why that you moving from job to job or state to state or house to house, trying to find yourself when all along you need to look within. It's not what's on the outside that gives you value. It's what's on the inside of you that you already have the value. You just have to connect with your truth. And here's the last and final one, okay? Change is good, y'all. Change is good. Build your value. Once you find your value, recognize your value, because a lot of times people don't see their value because their self-confidence is shot. Their self-esteem is shot. And I'm not going to repeat it, but what we've been talking about on this program, that's why it's shot. But change is good. Build your value. There's value inside of you. Value. Remember, I told you I did the research. 79% of women, according to Wealthy Her Network, have a general form of low self-esteem and low self-confidence. 79%. Because they don't see their value. They don't see their worth. They don't even know who they are. Because once you know who you are and you walk in your design pathway, confidence will be there. Because it's just like a hand fitting into that perfect glove, that glove that fits them. There's no time to be fake, y'all. No time to be fake. Be truthful. Be you. Live your truth. Be your truth. Speak your truth. Live your truth is a loaded statement that everybody should gravitate toward. Your life will be much simpler, okay? It will eliminate many things out of your life. Not saying that, we won't have things that come in our lives. Not saying that everything's going to be easy. But you'll be more equipped to be able to handle it when you live in your truth. Because there's power that comes there. There's authority, there's energy that comes with it. Okay? There's many things that come with it. I'm just scratching the surface because I don't really have the time to really, get into that. Not on this program. This is only what? A less than an hour program. And that would take hours. Okay? We could be here for hours talking about that. Change is good. Treat yourself with standards. How many of you are treating yourself with standards? When I'm talking about why do you believe what you believe? Because you believe a certain way. You're living below your standards. There's greater for you. There's better for you. When you get up in the morning, and I told you about framing your day, but also when you get up in the morning, take that shower, take that bath, do your makeup, do your hair. If you're a guy, make sure that you're groomed, you're shaved, and everything. Dress up, And I'm not saying you got to get up and put a gown or a tuxedo on or anything of that nature. You know what I mean. And you may be saying, well, Gertrude, I only have a few clothes. I don't have many clothes. It doesn't matter. Okay? Get up. Dress up. Make sure that your clothes, that your shoes, that everything about you is on par. Okay? It's all about a belief system. It's all about your standard, what you believe about yourself. Okay? Whatever you believe about yourself on the inside will reflect on the outside. If you have, anything that's negative about yourself, that's the way you're going to dress. You're going to dress. You're not going to dress. You're going to go out and have an unkept appearance. Okay? That's being, that's coming from the inside of you. So that's why I tell you, everything you need is on the inside of you. Just like your treasure and your gems are in the inside of you, so are your beliefs. Okay? So are those things that is either propelling you forward or holding you back. So first, those things have to be addressed. Okay? Those things have to be addressed. Like I said, I don't care if you have one or two dresses in the closet. Make sure that they're mended, that they're clean, that they're pressed, and put them on. Even if you don't have anywhere to go, you dress up. Dress up for yourself. Build yourself up. Get what you need, okay? Get what you need to get where you need to go. Because there's someone out there waiting on you to show up as the best version of yourself. And the way that you may be presenting yourself now is not the best version of yourself because of that belief system that you have inside of you, that you're not worth it, that nobody wants what you have, that, you're not good enough, that you're an afterthought. And all of those things are a lie because you are worth it. You are brilliant. You are more than enough. Okay? You are more than a conqueror. That you are truth. But you have to really accept yourself as being the truth, being your authentic self. Okay? Be your authentic self. That's all I'm telling you. Be your authentic self. Don't apologize for who you are. Even if you have some bad habits, seek to fix those things. Get those things fixed. And look at yourself in the mirror and say, I don't need to be like this. I don't like this about myself. Okay? But change it. Just don't drop it. You have to change it. You have to replace it with something that's better for you. Okay? Because if you just drop something and don't fill that with something that's beneficial to you, guess what? That old thing's going to come back. So you have to replace it. And like I say, these things take work. But you know what? You're worth it. You're worth it. Change is good. Why do you believe what you believe? Okay? Be willing to let go of some things that will compromise your standards. Be willing to let them go. You know, just like I told you about on yesterday's broadcast about a young lady. She said before she got married, she was always the butt of jokes. Okay? Whether they were at a family reunion or, a picnic or wherever they were, she was always the butt of jokes until she got married. And her husband began to, talk to her, begin to, build her up, where this type of behavior stopped in her life, where she put her foot down and say, look, enough is enough. Okay? Enough is enough. It's all about how you see yourself. Teach people how to treat you. But you have to get a better belief system about yourself. Okay? Don't see yourself as nobody or nothing or insignificant or non-essential or any of those things. See yourself as worth. Woman, you have worth. Gentlemen, you have worth. Okay? You have worth. So, why do you believe what you believe? Overcoming those falsehoods, those tall tales that tell you fake it till you make it. You have to go back over this broadcast, and really, listen to it again to get the powerful nuggets that I shared with you today. Those tall tales, the distortion, your beliefs, getting rid of nonsense, and how change is good. And change has to begin on the inside of you. And first of all, you need to change your belief system. Okay? Get rid of those self-defeating mindset, those limiting beliefs, those old beliefs that don't make any sense. Okay? Those belief systems that come to cripple you. You have to get rid of them, and you have to get rid of them from the root. Because remember, an acorn, when it goes in the ground, it's an acorn. But when it sprouts up as that oak tree, it's a tree with a trunk that has branches, that has leaves. Okay? So you have to get that thing at the root. You may have to make sure that all those roots that's according to that belief system that you have taken in is uprooted from the roots. So kill it at the roots, y'all. Change is good. So I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with me today on this segment of Maximizing Your Potential. And I'm your host, Gertrude J. Chapman. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. But I want you to remember this, that this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.